VHS, my name's Steve. Today we're in a city because I was doing photos and it's still set up and I just didn't want to change anything. Then it's going to be a quick video because I did some more printing. Now you guys might remember from the Elgu resin printer review, I showed off this guy, which I don't think you guys really saw like all the close details on this, but what this is Komebas from Godzilla Tokyo SOS. This 3D file is from Dopepope, just like the previous printed one for the Muto. Same guy made this model here, which looks freaking fantastic. Now, I decided to make a bigger one. And what we have here is, this guy is definitely not in scale. So if we're going for movie representation, actually, the little guy here is much more appropriate for sizing, because next to a Monster Arts, this guy is only 2 inches long, which is scale-wise works with what you've seen from the film. This one, on the other hand, definitely, forget to not focus on the buildings, shows a lot more of the detailing better, as you guys can see. But he's way too large in comparison. But he'll show off nice on a shelf, though, I think, the way it's set up currently. But just so you guys can see, I painted the head. His eyes are done in a yellow. The little black for the iris. Gave him a little white for the eye shine. Painted the inside of his mouth a dark red, with some ivory for the teeth. The base coat was a really, really dark gray. Then I dry brushed some light blue. Oh, I think it was just like a normal blue. I forget the color blue, but it was just pretty straight blue over top of the entire figure. Because when you look at the movie, he's got a lot of blue highlights. And then for some of the high points, I went back over it with a little bit of a light gray to hit some of these pointed edges. Same on the top of the neck here. And then the undersection, I dry brushed some yellows and some spots. Because like you see on the suit too, when he's laying there with the giant gnash in his neck, he's got some yellows, especially on like the lower jaw and the lower portion of the neck and on some of the limbs. So wanted to recreate that look. And then you guys can see the tail here. Now, one thing when I printed it is the tail got a little messed up with the printing. So I cut it off, re-glued it back on, and then did some putty over top of it, just try to match the look a little bit better. And to be honest, it kind of gives it more of a suit look now to it than previously. Because I really love this model, and I think it's a nice representation. But it's almost too clean for suit representation. But outside of that, again, really I'm having way too much fun with this resin printer. Because, like, the cleanup, like, I didn't do anything. Like, I painted it. I had, like, take the supports off, and there was a couple little nubs I had to cut. Because it didn't come clean off. And, yeah, just paint, did some sealing, bam, we're here. And did my little glue trick for the nails to keep the paint from scuffing off on your shelf. And then have him kind of rampaging and destroying the city. Probably shouldn't put him where the cotton is, because he's gonna probably, yeah, don't want it to stick, you know. So yeah, super pleased with the way this guy turned out. Next video will probably be a flying Hedorah, because again, I bought quite a few files from Dopepope to kind of mess around with. So look forward to that here in the near future too. Actually, I already got it printed off. I got to paint it, and then we'll do its own full-fledged video. But anyways, help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, Facebook. Guys, look to you over the day with the channel. Donate, we greatly appreciate it. Also, can maybe suggest some, if you guys have seen some 3D files and you'd like to see printed, or if you guys have your own 3D models you'd like to see on the channel, definitely to make sure to contact us on one of our social medias. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. One of these days, I gotta make an actual action figure so I can make a wave. One of these days.